I do, man.
I don't even know what it is. I might be doing it. Don't know.
I will. He's like, look, we about to figure this out. Okay, all right. In three, two, one. Hey, yo, it's your boy Sam Duke,
It's your boy Tell McKell.
And I am Joe Duke.
and you're listening to another great episode of You Good,
You
bruh?
Bruh.
Yes, man. Welcome. We're here again to talk about fun stuff today. Well, not so fun stuff, depending on what side
What
of it.
side of it?
Yeah, what side of
I'm
it
about
you've
to
been on.
say,
Uh, we first and foremost let's talk about entanglements, man. Let's talk about
entanglement.
entanglements. That's been the word that has come across in what the last quarter of, well, the second quarter of 2020. Uh, the second quarter of 2020 through our friend at the Red Table Talk, Miss Jada Pinkett-Smith.
Shout out to the Red Table.
Um, to give some background on the story, it seemed as if August Alsina, who was a friend of the family, well, really a friend of the child, Jaden Smith.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, he was Jaden
I
Smith's
didn't
friend.
know that.
Yeah, he was
I
Jaden.
didn't know he.
Yeah,
yeah, that
it
was
gets
Jay. That was Jay's homeboy.
yeah, it was
I did
Jaden's
not know
homeboy.
they was Jada's
Oh yeah,
homeboy.
it gets thick. So he's Jaden's homeboy.
Go. Yeah, go into it because
Yeah,
I got some
yeah,
perspective on
he's
that.
Jaden's
It's kind of,
homeboy.
I
He
don't know.
he he gets sick, and I think Jaden kind of links him within the family to kind of give him the resources that he can get so he can get better. He develops a really good relationship, or a really good relationship with the family, and you start seeing him all the Smiths pictures. He's going on vacation with them,
Hmm.
all of those type of things. And somewhere at some point, there was rumors that him and Jada Pinkett Smith were actually dating. Um, the rumors kind of went away for a little while. He wrote like some little songs. She made a comment that's he's like my little brother. He's like one of my really good friends. We're just helping August, that kind of thing.
Mm.
Mm.
And then it's been years. August is going through some things. I think his sister died, his brother died. He adopted all the kids, all while going through his illness. He's gotten better, and now he's coming back out. He wants to talk about what he's been through over the last 3 or 4 years. And during that time, he's come out and done an interview and talked about how he basically had been loved
Mm.
in a way that even if he was to die today, in the situation that him and Jada were in, that he knows that he is giving his all to a relationship,
Mm.
or giving his all to a woman, not necessarily to the relationship. And he made it kind of clear that him and Will had a sit down,
Mm.
and Will was cool with the situation and
Gave him permission.
gave him permission. That's what, yeah, he kind of said Will gave him permission to
Something wrong, Will, boy. Will.
partake in
Mm.
and to partake in this. So Will and Jada ended up having to have a conversation on her show about it, and when they started talking about it, it seems as if they were kind of on the rocks, and at that point she got into what she called an entanglement with August Alsina. Jada is about 50 years old. August is like 24. So in that
August
time,
is 24. No, he's not
I think
24.
August is like 24 now. So
Right. So this was when he was 19.
in 20, 21, he was, yeah,
No way.
I'm pretty sure that's his age. I mean, y'all
Yeah,
can,
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Google
wait.
it.
Yeah, wait. That's why everybody was trying to claim her to be
Yeah, to be,
somewhat pedophilic and all this other stuff. But
yeah,
Okay. I see the story now. I see the
yeah,
story.
yeah.
Okay.
It gets a little thick, right? And so literally, yeah, he's 27. So he was 24, 23 then. So just to give you guys all the, so yeah, basically they got into this little entanglement, and it just seems like it was a real interesting turn of events. Mikhail, you had something to say about it. Go ahead and elaborate.
no, I mean, I found that it was. Well, let me back up and say this.
Yeah, yeah.
I for years have heard of alternative lifestyle being not an uncommon practice in that relationship. And even in the Red Table Talks with Will as the guest, it was obvious that there have been a lot of effort to find their path in marriage.
Yeah. I
Like
mean, and
they've been
even
willing to try a lot of things.
and even to the point where
You
I
know what I'm
know
saying? So
they don't say that they're in a marriage. They say that they're life partners. You know,
life partners, right?
yeah, yeah.
And then they talk about how neither one of them were happy and how Will's pressuring them to be a perfect family. So there's a lot of transparency that's happened with this family in the public eye, and I find it interesting how this kind of falls in line with, how should I say, healthy
Healthy.
relationship.
You say it falls in
It
line
falls
with
alive with
healthy?
healthy relationships.
Yeah, because when you think about healthy relationships, those are relationships where you're able to be 100% honest
Honestly.
and forthcoming with your partner to kind of sustain foundation of trust.
The
And
smashing part?
well, I
Yeah.
mean, if that's what they agree to, you understand what I'm saying? Like they have that
True.
understanding.
That's
So
true.
while people sit there and be like, what the fuck is this?
You're saying in its rawest form, where you're looking at the staples of what you would consider healthy
A healthy
relationship.
relationship.
Those things are there, is what you're saying.
I got
Those
one little
things,
rebuttal though. I
those
got
things
one
exist,
rebuttal.
but you can't. Let me say this before your rebuttal. I will say this: that you don't have to agree with what their relationship is.
Mm,
What I'm talking about is that the foundational principles of a healthy relationship involve trust, respect,
mm.
and through those two things you can have love
And
and commitment
entanglements.
and entanglements ultimately. And they've agreed to these entanglements. It seems.
Yeah, it
Um,
seems that way.
it seems. And so,
Ultimately rebuttal.
well, go ahead. Go
Go
ahead with the
ahead.
rebuttal,
The
please.
only thing I got is if that's what it is, then I'll take it, right? But the only issue I have is the red table. The red table. Let's talk about the red table. They over there
You
on
don't
that
like the
red
color,
table.
or
They
Go
over there
ahead.
talking.
Go
They
ahead.
over
Oh man, we lost you, Joe. You freezing?
frozen.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. We'll wait till you get back on. Come on back, Joe.
Oh yeah.
All
On
right,
the,
Come on,
all right,
start
yeah.
over.
all right. You got to start
There
over
you go.
because you were
Okay.
froze. Yeah.
So with the
So
with
the
the
red
red
table.
table, right? They I watched like a couple episodes or a couple like relationship clips, but it seemed like they talk about heavy like different things to build up your relationship, like uh things the man can do, things the woman can do, submission, love, partnership, exactly what you guys was talking about. And they use themselves with the clips that I've seen, they use themselves like as the foundation or as an example of like what to emulate. But if I'm looking at you as an example to emulate, you got to tell me the whole thing. At least like so I could know if I get into any of these situations how to react. But for you to know that you have been dealing with these things and for you to give me raw advice but leave off a certain a very vital point, I think, a very vital information, I feel, to the listeners. I feel like it's kind of sketchy. It
I
makes
think
it.
I think I get where you're getting at here, Joe. Because
Mm,
what you're saying is they're kind of they're giving you, and the thing about relationships, especially when you're doing shows and stuff like that,
mm,
you're choosing what to be public, what to be private. That's your
yeah.
choice. But what you're saying is, if you're trying to, like, we had that episode about alternative lifestyle. Like,
Yeah.
Mm,
if you're trying to bring people into an alternative lifestyle or put your alternative type of way of doing it. It seems like Jada and Will just take you right up until the point where you can question where they are. And
yeah.
literally until August, Alsina came out with what's going on right now. Everybody had thoughts, ideas, and
Heard rumors.
yeah, heard
Heard
rumors
rumors.
about what, yeah, about what Will and Jada were, or how they kind of get down, those type of things. But you know, they never really hit it the nail on the head. Even still, like even now, it's just kind of like, okay, well, we were done, but it's like, was that really what was going on? You know, was
I
that?
gotta give some. I had to give pushback on
Yeah,
Joe's
yeah, yeah,
point. The pushback is that transparency doesn't mean you don't that you should forego privacy. Like you could be transparent. I could tell you that I've been through a lot of shit and tell you how I got out of it. I don't have to tell you each and every stroke or each and every, you know, piece of the struggle. You did what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you, there has to be a line where people are saying, okay, it's TMI. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I don't need to know
That
every like. There's a what's the meme that came out when they redubbed Jada and Will on this Red Table Talk with dude was like, did you suck his dick? Like,
No.
right?
They took it there.
it's like, you suck
That
his
shit was
dick.
hilarious. However, I don't care to know all of
Did
the
did this?
information. Like,
He asked her that.
It was like, no,
no,
they
not in real
basically,
life. They
somebody,
overdubbed it.
yeah,
They
Okay.
took it back. They took off what they really said and put in what they wanted them to say.
they,
The shit was hilarious, but that's my point. Like, how much transparency are we talking about? Like that, the person that's sharing has all the right to determine what they want to share.
yeah,
And if I can take a life lesson without telling you, I can tell you, you know, how to rob a bank, right? But no, I'm giving you instructions. All right, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and you're saying, well, why ain't you telling me what y'all had on? Why you ain't telling me what kind of gun you use?
yeah,
Mhm.
Like it
yeah,
doesn't have to be that detailed.
yeah.
And
I get what you're
and if
saying.
both of them are saying, yeah, if both of them are saying, well, I wasn't happy, we've been through some shit, but
Yeah.
here we are, you know, bad marriage for life. Like that's
But
that's their
that's
truth.
the messed
That's
up.
their
But
truth.
But
I
that's
think,
messed up. That's
I think, Joe, you're coming at them because you know they have a platform, and so you feel like, all right, people are gonna be looking at this as an example, and so them sitting there like, we ride together, we die together, bad marriage for life, dap it up. You're just like, bruh, come on, like y'all gotta be, you know, first of all, you need to tell these people they need to be rich in order to be able to do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
give a little more
Right.
detail. Give a little
Like,
more detail. Like I want. You know how sometimes like Mikhail, you're doing like a counselor session or something. Like, well, I don't think you probably don't do this, but maybe yeah, you probably do this, right?
Just go ahead, bro. What you got?
But the patient wants to know like detail on how these emotions like came about. You know what I mean? Like, how can you feel that way about somebody? Like, how you that right? Sometimes people ask for more detail so that they could bridge what you're talking about, so it could bring a better understanding. You know, so they could emulate it into their partnership or whatever. Like maybe some people are exactly like them, and after hearing this information, they're like, okay, now I get it.
well,
But
well,
when you give it,
no, go ahead, go ahead.
no, but when like you
Finish.
giving out information, especially like information about you not saying bad partnership for life in the beginning. You get what I'm saying? Like you didn't say that. You didn't say
Well, I
that.
think that. Well,
You should have
I would
told
say
me that in
this.
the beginning.
No,
Then
no.
talk to me about the advice. You get what I'm saying? Don't tell me bad partnership at the end and high five at the end
When that's
while I'm
not what
trying
I
to be
wanted.
like
That's
you. I'm trying to be like you.
But to be fair, Joe, they've
Uh,
always said that they've had a fucked up relationship. Like
they said it
they
like that.
yeah, they did on
yeah,
the
to a
one that
certain
they
extent.
did.
I'll give
Absolutely.
it. Yeah, I'll give it
I
that.
walked away from that thinking my shit ain't that bad. Like after I saw the
Mm,
episode,
Yeah,
like
you
you
so
know, because
funny.
anytime you when you in the fire,
yeah,
you think it's hot,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Until you see somebody else's fire.
yeah.
And so I'm saying when I was privy to seeing the Red Table Talk obviously before the one about August or the one that he was actually I never saw the one he was actually on. But the thing of it is that that's their truth. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? And so I felt like when I say it's a healthy relationship, they've accepted that no relationship is perfect, especially theirs.
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
So by that definition, people were like, "Oh, they trying to tell people to stay in bad marriages," and I'm like, I didn't get that from that.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that
I
from that.
didn't
What
get
I
that from
caught,
that
No,
neither. I ain't gonna
I
lie.
didn't get
yeah,
that either. I mean, I think that they've made the commitment. They've made it clear to each other that that's what it's going to be. Regardless, they're not leaving each other. Regardless of what happens, and
right.
I it interestingly enough, because we started the story talking about how August was friends with with Jada,
Right.
and so it's like, okay, so something had to be going on. Like we all
Yeah, some
know,
conversation
yeah.
happened.
Some conversations was had.
Transition.
She
She
was
started playing 2K.
she must have seen
Man,
something
boy.
she liked, or he must have seen something he liked. There had to be some micro stuff going on while all this was going on that maybe Will wasn't privy to, because it just doesn't make sense to jump from you know out.
Well, so I think they were split up for almost a year and some change.
Oh, well,
And so, the Will may not have known, and honestly, we don't know what he may have been doing.
yeah,
If we keeping it 100, right?
right,
100.
So we're talking about a lot of pieces, missing pieces.
yeah. And what I would say it is about Will, because watching that talk that they had, I'm not gonna say that he didn't do anything, but he made it clear two things. One, that he gonna get her back. So
Oh,
the
he's so stupid.
he made it clear, like, oh, I'm gonna get you back.
He's
You
so
know what I'm
stupid.
saying? And she was like, well, you have. He was like, nah, I'm gonna get you back. And then two, that in my opinion, it just looked like he was just hurt.
Boiling.
Yeah,
Like
just
he was
like,
just
I
smoking
mean,
for
you could see it, like it, and some people was like, oh, Will is a GOAT actor, but it's just like, man, look,
That's not acting.
they're they're,
I
they're
know pain.
yeah, I know, yeah.
I'm
Like
not
you,
laughing at your pain,
yeah,
Will. I'm not
yeah.
laughing at your pain.
I know
Please,
pain.
that's
I
not what
know
this is.
pain.
but we know pain, and I saw pain. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I saw her hurt.
I felt pain.
Yeah, I felt pain. So like I said, because this topic is something that is something that it depending on what side you on. Like, it seemed like she had kind of made peace with it. She didn't seem like she regretted anything. Will, you could see the pain in what was going on. So we're gonna be talking about micro cheating.
Okay,
That's what we're talking about.
okay.
So what they did, I mean, I don't know. Depending on who you are, some may consider it cheating because they weren't divorced or whatever, But from my aspect, I feel like micro cheating is something that I've heard people talk about. Even now, I think it's becoming more and more of a thing because there's a lot more going on. So first things first, let's go ahead and define what micro cheating is. I didn't look up this definition, but my assumption of what micro cheating is that it's anything that you would do, that you're doing, that you would not want your partner to see, or not be comfortable with your partner basically seeing, or any interactions you're having with other women, or depending on where you're, other men, whatever, that you wouldn't want your partner to see, whether it be the DMs, whether it be
Mm,
a type of conversation that you're having, the way you're having the conversation,
mm, mm.
or just being in spaces, like, look, if my wife had eyes or had a camera right now, this would not be it. And,
Well,
and
let's hold
and
on.
yeah, yeah,
No,
go
I was
ahead.
gonna say like I want to make sure that because I want to stay on track because there's micro cheating and then there's I guess emotional cheating. And
Yeah,
then and so micro cheating because I never really understood the difference between the two except for that it says that it's a relatively small act of emotional infidelity
yeah,
with someone outside of a person's committed relationship that mostly occurs through apps, texting, and online interaction. So we're talking about e-cheating.
yeah,
We're talking about
He
yeah. But
cheating.
but e cheating can be
I'm hey,
emotional.
that's trademark.
Hey,
You good, bro?
you good, bro? Go ahead. Hey, look,
He cheated.
we can
You can have it all, Mikhail.
I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I have a going list of things that we've said on the show that will end up on the shirt. So
Okay,
He cheated.
just letting you know, I'm putting that on the list. But
I
yeah, so
appreciate
it's
it.
like cheating. That's a good way of putting it. Like, the text messages, that
Yeah.
your girl would not be happy about. She don't know nothing
Mhm.
about them,
The consistent
or them
likes.
text messages you deleting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They come
yeah.
in and
You
you
are
just
you
like
already know. You
your
already
phone get
know.
hot. You just like it gotta go, right? And so those are the type of things. I mean, first of all, by a show of hands, anybody ever micro cheated?
I mean, by that definition, no, because so for example, let me
No,
back up
I'm
and
the
say
only
this.
micro cheater here.
I'm trying to tell you, like to me, so what I
Oh, y'all
heard
ain't doing
before,
me like
wait,
this.
wait.
You
Can
said
you hear me?
raise
Hold
your
on.
hand. You said raise
Hold
your
on.
hand. You didn't say
Right.
talk.
So can I say this?
Yes,
Go
go
Can I
ahead.
ahead.
say this?
Go ahead.
All right. So my version of e-cheating before I read that definition, or my understanding of e-cheating through couples that I've counseled,
Mm.
is the dude or female or the a woman liking on a picture on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
of someone of the opposite sex or someone that's attractive,
Mm-hmm.
regardless, like whether it's homosexual or heterosexual.
Yeah.
You liking on a picture that was meant to be a thirst trap, and your partner seeing it, they take that offensively. They
Mm-hmm.
consider that, but now that we have the definition of what my e-cheating,
Micro cheating, yeah.
what micro cheating
You got to
is,
eat you.
that doesn't fall in line with that.
Nah,
That doesn't fall because it doesn't just because you found somebody attractive does not
nah,
mean
that's not. I don't think that's considered
right.
micro
So we're
cheating.
talking about actual full on.
Nah,
You hide what's up? You can you send me a picture of your titties? Like we
yeah,
talking about straight up
That's going
relationship.
in.
bro.
That's going in.
No,
I
That's
am
going in.
not guilty of that.
you're
I
not
have
guilty of
never
micro
done
Oh,
that.
cheating.
okay.
I've
No, wait,
done
that's
that.
too deep. That's too deep. That's
Shit,
too deep.
I haven't. There's no emotional infidelity for like in
I've
that
micro
regard.
cheated like a motherfucker, man. I think what what I'll say, because I speak for myself, since y'all
Mm.
know I'm the only micro cheater here.
No, you talking about raise hands. You said
Huh?
raise
Bro,
hands.
I
Raise
need
you
one
didn't
in
raise your
three.
hand. You didn't raise your
Oh,
hand.
my camera was messing up. Okay,
Oh,
go
okay.
ahead.
All right. Okay.
Oh, okay,
Just
go
joking.
ahead.
Just joking.
Have at it.
Whatever, man. You think you
Right
funny?
now, 1 in 3
Uh,
micro cheating. That's what the stats
One in
say.
3 black men micro cheat.
One
Right.
and three. One and three. The commercial. That's the commercial. Go ahead.
But yeah,
Yeah.
what I would say is this. I mean, because you know, from my perspective and from a perspective of guys I've noticed micro cheat. I think that in and to be clear, by the way, since I'm married, I ain't micro cheating right now. So ain't
So
no I ain't
stupid.
got time for the bullshit, because people will take this shit and run with it.
No, let
But
me tell you. So you
yeah,
cannot micro treat around these times.
no, Brett, no. Especially, man, the screenshot era. I'm too smart for that. I'm done with that shit. But what I'm saying is like literally, I think it's a part of just my nature. I have a want to connect with
Hmm.
people on every level. Like and I think that a lot of times I live and I'm super inappropriate. That's just me. I'm just a super
He
inappropriate
said,
person.
"Name
I
us some
am.
characteristics
I
of
Knowing yourself.
am.
inappropriate."
I am,
Inappropriate.
bro. Like I am super inappropriate. I am that person that is at will say inappropriate shit, things that people may have thought that don't want to say. I will say it, and so
I
sometimes I
feel
tote
that.
the line of micro cheating, because it's like, bruh, nobody who has a girl would say this to another girl, but a single woman or whatever the case may be. And then on
No, that's
top of
true.
that, I value just getting to know people and getting to know women. And so, a lot of single women, you try to get to know them, and then it turns into other things. You get what I'm saying? And then you kind of fall into the, oh man, you look good today, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. And then you get that back. And so depending on where you're at in your relationship, it can fall. Literally, sometimes micro cheating happens when you're when like literally, if you're in a good space,
Mm.
you look good, doesn't matter, right? But when you're in a bad space, that message that was sent it's terrible. You get what I'm saying? I think that that's a portion of micro cheating that often doesn't really get a lot of attention. I think that
talk about that. Expand on that.
What I'm saying is, okay, if me and my girl are good, her insecurity alarms are not going off. You get what I'm saying? So if she was to look in my phone or to see me comment on somebody's picture on Instagram or see I said, you know, don't hurt him, girl. You out here doing whatever. She just
Don't
like,
hurt him.
you know, that she just like, I mean, whatever. He's good. He's not giving me any of those signals, right? But if I'm cold, I'm coming in the house, I'm not speaking, I'm not interacting with her, or I'm not even telling her the things that she may see on Instagram or on Facebook or giving the same type of energy, then she's like, okay, well, you don't have that energy for me, but you have that energy for them. And so then that's a problem. And I've seen it like in
It
my
happens all
relationship.
the time.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen it in my relationship where it's like when everything's going good, I can comment, I can say what I want, because even in person, like I told you I'm super inappropriate, so I'm just like, oh yeah, you put that thing on her the other day. I'm sitting there talking to somebody. It's no problems when we're good, but when we're not good, I say that. She's like, so you just you thinking
just
about
don't
her in a
say that?
sexual manner. You just don't say that. You embarrassing me in front. It's like, man, look, this is who I am. So I'm saying, like, it can be little things like that can kind of slide you into that micro cheating category, is what I'm saying. And there are times where it's like intentional, and then there are times where it's like, it's
But
just
see,
who you
that's
are.
the thing. I don't know that if you do it in their face, is it cheating? Like, because cheating, the concept of cheating means I'm doing something behind your back
Behind your
that you
back,
don't
yeah.
know about.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
So
That's what I was talking about with the social media type thing. When you're doing it, it's not like she knows. She may know, y'all may know the people in common, whatever the case may be, or even if it's just a public figure or somebody that's has an outwardly facing account, whatever the case may be.
I mean,
If
like
you're
Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah, like Meg the Stallion, I'm up under that thing, like, and I am. Hey, by the way, me and my wife both have a crush on Megan, so
He's so
it ain't
stupid.
it ain't no
We
micro
good.
cheating.
All right,
But
Will and Jada. All
hey,
right, Will and Jada.
Hey.
Hey.
but yeah, I think that
Megan needs some new friends anyway.
I know, right? Hey,
He's so
we
stupid.
coming through. We coming through, man. Hit us up. Hit us
He's
up.
stupid.
I heard that wop wop going crazy, man.
Head going crazy.
Going crazy.
See what I'm saying? Inappropriate. But that's the point I'm
Right.
trying
Inappropriate. He's such an ass.
inappropriate, fellas. But but yeah, I will say this though. I have been in a position where I've done it intentionally. I have had conversations I shouldn't have had. I know I shouldn't have had it, but I was trying to, whatever it is, you're trying to fill that void, or if you're in a bad space with your relationship, you still want this. Men want attention, like, so you
Yeah, that's
still want the
true.
same attention, whether or not you're getting it at your house or not. And so, that I think that's what has usually gotten me into the micro cheating space. What about you, Duperville? Since the Dupervilles today are the micro cheaters.
Oh no. Well, I think I'm a heavy one too. I think I'm pretty heavy. But like I don't say I'm inappropriate. I just say, oh, I just like good energy. You know what I mean? Good energy.
Oh,
Good energy.
that's your buzzword. That's your code word.
That's not cold word. But it's just like it keeps in a sense like exactly what Sam was saying. Uh Most of the times when I do it, it's very open. It's right in front. And I think in a sense, talking about this conversation made me think, is it best to micro cheat in front of your partner or
Yeah, but
do
that's
it
not
behind the back?
micro cheating. If you're doing it in
No,
their face
Oh,
and they're
it's
okay
got
with
to
it,
be. It's the stuff that they don't
oh, it's
see.
this. No,
stuff
okay,
they don't
okay.
know about.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's many things. Like it's many times you'll text somebody or not text somebody, DM someone, right? And when you DM them, it. I guess you view it like it's micro cheating because you're like, okay, the person is attractive. You're attractive. What if they?
Well,
What if they?
it's what you're saying. What are you saying in those DMs that makes
Nothing.
it
It
cheating?
ain't. It really isn't nothing. But it's just like it's
What do you just like? Hi.
it's like it's not like
You're
it's
like a
not like
spam. You're like a
hi
A
spammer.
my name.
spammer.
Hi.
because it's not flirting, but it's more like how Sarah was like, I see you doing your thing. It's like, it's like, hey, keep doing your thing, motivation. How long you been doing this for? Yeah, or whatever. It's not. It looks crazy, but it's not
Hey,
heavy
hey,
incriminating
man,
type
you
of shit.
tiptoeing right now. You tiptoeing, bro. You tiptoeing.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, the majority of the times I do it is really like,
It really doesn't mean anything, is what you're saying. Majority
yeah,
of the times,
and,
yeah.
and I really do it. And when I do it, it's like it's out in the open. And when it's out in the open, the number one thing that really comes back to bite me in the ass is that energy, like that same energy you had right there, right there. Where is
Yeah.
that energy to me? Because I feel like women want that. They want to know that they on the top. You get what I'm saying? They want to know they're
Yeah.
the
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, so that's the thing. Like when I think about people that I've DM, women that I've DM, um, it's never been under the context of what they look like or or any of that shit. Like I hit them up about like money making opportunities, stuff that we can collab. Them being attractive has been kind of secondary to the purpose of me. It's not even the context of what we're talking about. Like I DM'd a porn star because she had this emotional live where honestly I felt like not that she was at the point where she wanted to kill herself, but it was I was compelled to kind of
To
the
speak to him.
therapist kick to
Yeah.
speak
her
to her, and
vibration
I
was
Yeah.
never
low.
listen. I literally had no thought that she would even read it, let
Respond.
alone respond, because
Mm,
she's that popular of a star.
mm.
And about a day and a half later, there it was. She responded. She was like, "Oh my God, I read all of that, and I gotta tell you, thank you so much. Like that was what I needed to see."
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
And I was just like, "No problem. Take care of yourself and your daughter." Dot dot dot. And that was the end of it. So
mm.
the humanity in it was
Yeah.
was more important to me than anything. Like now, mind you, I follow a porn star because she's bad as hell. Like don't get it twisted.
So that's not micro
And
cheating.
men
That's
and
just
we and I. Well, that's the dangerous part because it's not so much that men like attention. We like feedback.
We do
So
like feedback.
feedback,
I like
we
some
like
feedback.
feedback.
mm-hmm.
So the fact that that particular star responded to me after I got past the humanity was like, man, what the fuck?
I
Yes,
know,
sir.
right?
Micro cheating. Micro
Like,
cheating.
Micro
is she
cheating.
Micro
poverty? Is
cheating.
she? That's micro cheating.
Okay, you gave the perfect
But
example
I
of what
know,
I
right?
do right.
Yeah,
That's
cause,
exactly what
cause,
I do
cause
right.
that's the point. Now, that's the point what I was trying to
yeah,
make. It's like it kind of slips into a realm. Cause, like, I mean,
Yeah.
cause
well,
it's
that's what I'm saying. The
yeah,
feedback is what like it's. I didn't continue to DM that person. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it stopped and started with that, but it's that dopamine hit of oh shit, they thought highly of whatever I said
yep.
or they respond like that shit is can be addictive.
Addicting. Yeah, yeah,
And so that's how I think sometimes people fall into it because I've heard where men DM women and women like please leave me alone and they'll screenshot the shit and make a post about it, right?
yeah, yeah.
And the dude goes completely left, like you a
Yeah,
hoe,
they
you did
they
that,
they going about it all wrong, man. It's like
bro. It is
be in them DMs. See, the thing about the DMs is this:
Mm-hmm.
there's
Mm-hmm.
already this one thing I don't like about the DMs. There's already a it's like a predetermined idea that anybody sending you a message or direct message
Yeah.
is trying to get at you. And
Yeah.
that's not the first of all, it's not the
That's not
case.
the case.
Second of
right.
all, I hate that is what we've become because literally email was where we started, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then and
paper
then
trail.
and then you had you probably had then we had phones, cell phones, text messages, and it's like there's no difference between a text message and a DM. You get what I'm saying?
There
Like
really no
Yeah, at
difference.
this point. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I understand micro cheating to be. I have no intention on taking it outside of the app.
yeah.
Versus somebody saying, "Hey, let's meet at whatever St. Regis Hotel and blah blah blah."
Nah, at that
You
point
dig
you
what I'm saying?
approaching
You you're right. You cheating.
yeah, you cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So micro cheating is literally I'll never see this person.
Yeah.
Or chances are I'll never see this person, but we have an interaction
Yeah.
that necessarily my partner would not appreciate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I would
based
not
on
There you
appreciate
go.
that.
And you know what? And that's the thing. That's what kind of makes it subjective, because like it is an interaction that my partner would not appreciate.
Mhm.
Because
right.
let me give you an example. You follow a porn star, right? Your significant other may not care. Mine don't care
Right.
that I follow porn
Right.
stars. But Joe's may be like, I don't want him following porn stars. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
so at that
Because they
point,
lead to porn.
yeah, it leads to porn addiction. Or why are you following her? Like, why do you need to follow her? Do you know her?
Do you know her? Yeah,
Right.
that's the first one.
And
Do you
so
know her?
and my question, and you guys you can chime in, does that make it micro cheating? The fact that his girl's like, we don't follow porn stars, and our girls are like, we don't care.
Well, I mean, to me that kind of goes back to the point about Will and Jada, because that's their relationship. Whatever the rules are, the boundaries are in that relationship, define what will be cheating and what's not cheating. I personally don't believe. I've never asked my wife if she cared about who I followed. She's never come up to me and been like, I saw you like Beyonce's picture. What the fuck? Like I haven't I haven't had those types of interactions with my wife. Does she even see what I do on social media? Does she even care to, my wife is a social media maven, so she spends most of her time making posts that relates to things that generate money for the business. Like she's on social media, not so much as a consumer sake versus a consumption sake versus a production sake. So I haven't personally had a conversation with who she follows. I hadn't even looked at who she follows, and I'm not doing that out of a place of benign interaction. It's just
Well,
I don't give a fuck. So maybe she's just like me.
Gotta say.
What's funny about it is, there's this whole conversation about like, get you a girl with less than 10,000 followers on Twitter. You don't want no girl that got more than so many followers on this or so many followers on that for certain type of reason. But from your perspective, you're just like, man, look, this is what bring in the money, right?
Yeah, I've seen like there's some women that not only have a lot of followers, they have men in their lives, and some of them have integrated the men's into their lives. Like this big thing with pretty much every woman on Instagram now having an OnlyFans account.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
They on video smashing their partners. Like
wow,
and their partners are with it, and they're getting money for it. And so if you got 500,000 followers, you got 500,000 followers, and 10% of them join your OnlyFans at whatever cost that is per month. You making money while smashing somebody you committed to. So 5,000 people know what the fuck you look like naked and fucking. So what? You know what I mean? That's the attitude, because at the end of the day, people are looking for ways to have passive income or income that's just
income
stream.
That's not work related, doing things you already do. Yeah, doing things
right. Making money by your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And while we can argue the morality of what's morally corrupt and not, that's subjective in itself, because most people that have the position of it's negative generally have a hypocritical point of view when it comes to social. Like they may feel like the whole concept, I'm not gonna make it political, but I'm saying the whole concept of the Republican Party being against abortion but for capital punishment. That type of hypocrisy. You know what I mean? That type of contradiction.
Or being against prostitution unless there's a camera involved and we're paying you to fuck on camera, so everybody can make money on it, right? So it's like literally in America, it's like, don't sell your ass on the street. Get in a house. Get
a film crew.
Get a camera. Get a film crew. You get paid, and then it's legal.
Legal. It's art.
It's art. That's exactly how it is.
It's crazy, man.
So subjectivity is always going to play a part. And that's why I say, like, to me, micro cheating is that the element that makes it cheating is I hide it from my partner.
Yeah.
Intentionally, like
Or
I
delete
know,
it.
or deleting it, or responding in kind and deleting it, because you may get inappropriate emails.
And
That's
That's true.
yeah, I've
That's
gotten
true.
some. Yeah, I've gotten some.
That's true.
right. So it's not something that it has to be something you initiate,
Yeah.
or you respond in kind. So if somebody's like, yo, Mikhail, I'm so glad you guys started going to YouTube videos so I can see that pretty smile, blah, 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 blah. I'm blowing my own head up. But you
Man.
dig what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And my
Mhm.
response is, well, shit, you ain't bad yourself.
Hey.
That right there,
There you go.
my friend, you are
It,
participating in
microcheating.
microcheating. So,
Yeah.
Let me tell you when I
but
was saved from microcheating, man. When I started getting saved from microcheating,
We
is
started getting
say,
saved. Oh
yeah,
my
say,
because I just
God.
kept getting caught, man. And
No, you gotta get saved from
yeah,
it. You gotta get saved from
eventually you got to get saved from it, right? I would,
I got a support group for you.
yeah, but it was literally, it got to the point where I kept getting caught, and then I just stopped caring. So then the little girls would start texting, and I just be like, man, here, give it to my girl to respond to them. Like, play around with them, enjoy that shit.
it.
Like, I'm getting away from that. I don't want to be, you know. So who is such and such?
Wait, wait. Your strategy is, here you go, baby. You respond to it. Is
I
that what
just
you just said?
It's cool.
it just got to the point where it's just like, you know what? Take it off of me. I don't want this burden anymore.
I don't want
What?
this. I don't. I don't want this sexy woman hitting me up. You
I don't
need
want
to.
this
You
burden
need to.
anymore.
Deal with her.
Yeah, deal
Please,
with her. But
please.
you see, it's not me. It's
It's
them.
not me.
It's them.
Oh my God.
I'll just be like, nah. I just got caught too many times. I was like, man, I gotta stop.
Mhm. No, that's real.
I gotta stop, man. It just got to the point where it just got too ridiculous. It
Oh yeah.
it it just got too ridiculous trying to keep up with what who said what when and then most of the times when you get caught up, the situation is, like you said, you never plan on taking it outside of the environment. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
And so it's just crazy because it's like, why get full consequences of cheating? Because that's what happens.
Yeah.
You get full consequences of cheating when you micro cheat.
Yeah, and even in micro
Absolutely.
cheating, sooner or later, it's gonna try to get outside of E cheating. It's gonna try to come outside like, hey, nah, come outside.
Yeah.
Come out.
So yeah,
Come
so
on, wake up.
so yeah, when you get presented with an opportunity to take it outside of it, do you? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
No, you
because I
don't.
think you could definitely develop an emotional connection with
Yeah.
someone via app and or
Yeah.
electronic devices. Like this, it's already been proven. Like you
Yeah.
can
No, that's
develop
true.
long distance relationships come from it. Telephone is no different than text message nowadays.
Mhm.
So you could develop an emotional connection to somebody that you've never met before. And that definitely is in the framework of cheating.
Yeah.
Um, and
E-
has led to divorces, or breakup of relationships in general. Like it's there, and there are definitely real consequences. There was something that kind of, when I started researching this thing, that kind of stood out to me. There was a saying that came from psychologists, and pretty much it's like, how they say your perception is reality. So that's what it boils down to. If you feel like you are in a relationship with somebody else, that's going to be a reality.
Reality TV.
It it becomes reality.
Yeah.
So you have to remember, what's real for somebody else is going to end up just being real all the way around, and they're going to act out um, in a manner that's consistent with it. That's what I mean by
With
consequences.
reality, yeah. As a
Yeah.
man thinketh, so is he.
Yeah. And so I mean, I
Yeah.
think that's the real issue. Now let me ask you a question. Have you ever fallen into the person who is micro cheating with you? Like, is it ever been on the other end? Like, basically, you got some. I've had people like, "Hey, who are you? Why are you like who? Why is she like your pictures? Why is she y'all okay in the kind of thing? Like, you ever get like
Mm.
that like from the opposite end of it, like you've maybe just had regular conversation with somebody and it ends up they getting caught up based on what.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, like
that.
when you're completely platonic, but they
Yeah,
end up being
yeah,
like, I
yeah.
like you.
Hmm.
That's happened to me in real life.
Yeah.
Um, I don't. I'm trying to reflect if it's happened via e-cheating. I mean via e-contact. Um, because it's not cheating on my side, right?
Yeah, nah, it's
To
not
me, it's
cheating
Yeah,
on
just
your side.
e-contact.
Nah, it's them.
Yeah, I've had that happen in real life, not necessarily via technology.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Because I don't really my DM game, for lack of a term, is to me not that strong.
I don't
Like
that's true.
the only person I've ever relationship with is my wife. Now that I think about it, like we met on Facebook. You know what I
Okay,
mean? So
okay.
and obviously you had to have an interaction
Yeah,
electronically before you had an interaction in person.
yeah.
So I that hasn't been the case. I've had women that I know. Well, let me say this. There were a couple of that there during that time period where Facebook was really popping, and you had these groups. Yeah, I had a few DMs. That's true. But they were not with people that I necessarily interacted with. They were just people that had went through and said they liked what I was about. They saw a post that I made, and I seemed to be such and such type of man. You know, that type of stuff where they showed interest. And
Mhm.
I don't know that they were not in a relationship or not.
Hmm.
So yeah, I've been contacted electronically, but not.
Man, look,
I think it's easy. I think I get a lot of. I get like, I do what Mikhail does a lot. And do, hey, what's going on? Hey, you're
I don't
amazing.
do
You
that.
need you need to strengthen. You need to build yourself up.
No,
You
you
need to
don't.
believe in yourself. And as
You
soon as you
you
send them
you
that,
may be
oh,
you doing
as
what you
soon as you
think I'm
send them
doing.
that DM, right? You say you need to believe in yourself. As soon as you send that
oh
DM, it's
man.
like, what you doing next week? Wednesday? Like, chilling.
Yeah, no, they not. He's like, hold on.
Nah,
Look. I'm just trying to empower you, sister.
That's all I'm trying
I'm
to
gonna be on
do.
my way now.
But I
right.
think it's gonna. I think micro cheating. We're seeing a stock that's about to go crazy real soon. Then I guess because a lot of people are lonely. You know what I mean? If you think about it, a lot of people are lonely. So it's like I think it's so easy to micro cheat and to e cheat. Definitely e cheat. You just lonely on your phone the whole time. Like everybody's looking to get
Well,
into
I mean,
something.
What?
technology made us lonely.
But
Yeah,
I
Technology,
was
that's
just
true.
about to
there's a
say that. I was just
yeah.
about to say that, Mikhail. Like
That's true.
literally, because of technology, we've just gotten way more disconnected, and
That's true.
people just feel lonely. And I think it's giving us a false sense of interaction. It's not real,
Hmm.
and so it makes it easy for people once they find a connection, whatever that may be, on
Mhm.
a DM or whatever the case may be, to latch onto it. And
It feels so real. It's
yeah,
real, like what Mikhail was talking about. That shit real.
What
man,
is it? I found it exactly. It says, uh, "What's perceived as real is real in its consequences." And if you think that you have an interaction with somebody that's real, it's going to come out in how you behave.
yeah,
So, like Sam was mentioning, how he had that unidirectional, bidirectional view. Like when your partner, when things are good, it's bidirectional. It's
yeah,
perceived as, but when things are bad, it's perceived that you don't find me attractive, but you find
exactly,
them attractive.
yeah,
Mm.
And so there's a consequence to that. That's the point.
yeah,
And to me, micro cheating or cheating or whatever you want to call it is definitely defined by the consequences. Like your behavior has if you're doing it secretly, your relationship is gonna feel it.
yeah,
No, that
That's
makes sense.
yeah.
That makes
No,
sense.
that's
and
true.
it's like you can't. It's hard to live. There's no duality in the cheater's heart. Like
No.
Oh, you should wear this, babe. You should wear this. And there's
Yeah.
something that the that
What
the what you
what
call it girl was wearing.
even then is like, I mean, even then is what I've noticed is it's the emotional, like literally you only have so much emotion, right? And so when you're
mm,
giving the emotion all out here to, wherever the women are,
right,
DMs, text message, whatever, when it comes to what you got at home, you're not giving it the same level
The
because
same
you
energy,
don't have
that's
it to
man.
right,
give.
that's right.
You don't have it to give, man. I look, man. This is interesting conversation, man.
You
A hot damn
you sound
mess.
like we almost done.
We are almost done. I think we've hit the micro
The
cheat.
mark.
Yeah, the mark of micro cheating, man. I I don't encourage. Don't micro cheat, man. Just
It's a
Yeah.
portal. It's an
yeah,
avenue to something else.
I would tell you to water your own grass.
yes,
That's what I
yes,
would say.
exactly.
And you'll get the green that you're looking for.
Yeah, man.
Told you, black
This
men are on point. Told you. Look,
man,
look, look.
look. This is what I'll say. At the end of the day, if you see something you like on social media, it's okay to have that conversation with your girl. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
you
It
know,
is. It's actually better.
hey, look, man.
Well, be careful.
I mean,
if you
yes.
got the right one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But if she's allowing you to follow these girls, or be smart about it. Go about it in a smart way. If you see something somebody got on Instagram that you like to see, then get it for your girl. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So I just let you know that's my take on it. I hope she doesn't listen to this episode. But
But no, that's how it's supposed to be.
but that's exactly like it
Healthy relationship.
Exactly.
Will and Jada.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah, you so look good.
with that being said, man, detangle yourself from
Yes, get out of the entanglement.
Get out of your entanglements. Get out of it. We don't want to be a part
Save
of it.
yourself.
Man, look, man. Hey, thank you guys for following us, and thank you guys for listening to this conversation, man. It's You Good Bruh Podcast on pretty much everything. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Thank you guys for watching on IGTV. Numbers have been going pretty good on there. And you can send us on email, yougoodbruhpodcast@gmail.com, man. And
should probably look at doing Twitch.
What is Twitch? What with that being said, man, I'm Sam Dupe and I'm good.
Hey, I'm Tim McKellen. I'm good.
I am Joe Dupe, and if you're lonely, talk to somebody, and I'm good.
DM him.
You are strong. You are powerful. You are amazing.
You are important.
Beautiful.